Right-click on the Shooter Core Content folder in the Favorites section of the Content browser. Select the Show in New Content Browser option in the context menu. Open the Weapons folder. In the directory, right-click and create a new folder. Name the new folder Rocket Launcher. In the Weapons folder, open the netshooter_proto folder. Copy all the files except for b_netshooter by holding down the Control key and clicking on each file to be copied. Then press Ctrl and C at the same time to copy the files. Open the Rocket Launcher folder. Click inside the folder and press Ctrl and V at the same time to copy over the selected files. Rename all the copied files by changing the phrase netshooter in each file name to Rocket Launcher. Open the Weapon folder. Open the Grenade folder in the Weapon folder. Select the b_grenade file and press Ctrl and C at the same time. Open the Weapons folder. Open the Rocket Launcher folder and press Ctrl and V at the same time to copy over the b_grenade file. Rename the copied b_grenade file to b_rocket launch. Open the Weapon Pickup Data_Rocket Launcher file. The file is opened in a new tab. Dock this tab to the window by dragging it next to the L_Default Editor Overview tab. Open the Pickup section, OT the Weapon Pickup Data_Rocket Launcher file. Open the Equipment section. In the Equipment section, change the Inventory Item Definition field by clicking on the drop-down and selecting the ID_Rocket Launcher. Click on the Save button on the top left. Click on the L_Default Editor Overview to return to the Content browser. Open the ID_Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher folder. In the Display section, change the Display Name field to Rocket Launcher. Open the Fragments section. Open Index 0. Open Lyra under Index 0. Click on the drop-down in the Equipment Definition field. Select WID_Rocket Launcher. Open Index 1. Open Appearance under Index 1. Change the displayed name when equipped field to Rocket Launcher. Open Index 3. Open the Appearance section. Change the display name field to Rocket Launcher. Click on the Save and Compile buttons on the top left. Open the WID_Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher folder. Under Equipment, click on the Instance Type drop-down and select B_Weapon Instance_Rocket Launcher. Open the Ability Sets to Grant section. Under the Ability Sets to Grant section, click on the drop-down for Index 0 and select Ability Set_Shooter Rocket Launcher. Open the Actors to Spawn section. Under Actors to Spawn, open Index 0, In the Actor to Spawn field, click on the Browse to Asset icon next to the drop-down. The B_Shotgun file, which is in the Shotgun folder, is displayed. Select the file and press Ctrl and C at the same time to copy it. Open the Rocket Launcher folder, click in it, then press Ctrl and V at the same time to copy over the B_Shotgun file. Rename the B_Shotgun file to B_Rocket Launcher. Open the B_Rocket Launcher file. Scroll down to the Lyra section. Click on the Undo button, which is located at the right end of each field for the Shell Eject System, Tracer System, and Shell Eject Mesh fields. Click on the Save and Compile buttons on the top left. Open the WID_Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher tab. Open the Index 0 section. Under Actors to Spawn, in the Actor to Spawn field, click on the drop-down and select B_Rocket Launcher. Open the Ability Set_Shooter Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher folder. In the Ability Set_Shooter Rocket Launcher tab, open the Granted Save and Abilities Compile buttons on the top left. Open Index 0. This ends Part 1 of the video. 0. Click on the Ability field drop-down and enter GA_Weapon in the Search field and select GA_Weapon Rocket Launcher. Open Index 1. Click on the Browse to Asset icon next to the Ability field drop-down. In the Asset folder that opens, select the GA_Weapon_Reload_NetShooter file and press Ctrl and C at the same time to copy. Open the Rocket Launcher folder and press Ctrl and V at the same time to copy over the GA_Weapon_Reload_NetShooter file. Rename the GA_Weapon_Reload_NetShooter to GA_Weapon_Reload_Rocket Launcher. Open the GA_Weapon_Reload_Rocket Launcher file. Under the Default section, change the playrate field to 1.0. Click on the Save and Compile buttons on the top left. Open the Ability Set _ Shooter Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher folder. In the Index 1 field, click on the Ability field dropdown, enter GA_W in the search, and select GA_Weapon_Reload_Rocket Launcher. In the Granted Gameplay Abilities field, click on the plus icon. Index 2 is created. Open Index 2. Under the Created Index 2, in the Ability field, click on the drop-down. In the search, enter GA_We and select GA_Weapon_Auto-Reload. Click on the Save button on the top left. Open the GA_Weapon Rocket Launcher file in the Rocket Launcher folder. Locate the Spawn Actor B Rocket Launch node to the right of the event graph by holding down the right mouse key and dragging. In the Spawn Actor B Rocket Launch node, click on the drop-down for class and search for and select B_Rocket Launch. Zoom out using the mouse wheel. Delete the nodes shown. Hold down the Control key and click on the link shown below to remove it. Click on the graph to close the pop-up. Locate the Temp Hack Offset FX2 node, which is a collapsed graph, and double-click it to open. Holding down the left mouse button, move the mouse to cover the nodes. Each node will be outlined with a yellow border. Press the Ctrl and C keys at once to copy. Click on the Event Graph tab to return to the main graph. Locate the Get Direction and Location to node, which is a collapsed graph. Double-click to open the node. Paste the copied nodes on top of the existing nodes in the Get Direction and Location to node by pressing Ctrl and V. With the mouse positioned on the node shown, scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in. Click on the node indicated and change the value in the indicated box to -20.0. Zoom out with the mouse scroll wheel and delete the following nodes from the graph by selecting each and pressing the Delete key. Return to the main GA_weapon rocket launcher event graph by clicking the tab. Locate and select the Get Direction and Location_2 node. In the Details tab, under the Input section, click on the plus sign icon to add a new input. In the New Input, click on the first drop-down and select Exec in the Details tab. Under the Output section, click on the plus sign icon to add a new output. Left-click on the connection, hold down the Control key and drag it to the new pin. Left-click the new PROM's 2 pin and drag to the other pin. Double-click the Get Direction and Location_2 node to open the collapsed graph. Connect the Add Pin node to the Outputs node. Select the Outputs node at the end of the graph. In the Details tab, rename the new PROM 2 pin to Output. Delete the shown nodes. Click on the L_default editor overview tab to return to the content browser. Open the GA_Grenade file in the All, Plugins, Shooter Core Content, Input, Abilities directory. Open the Event Graph section on the left of the window. Click in the section Show Below and press Ctrl and F at the same time to open the Find Results panel. In the Find Result panel, enter Get Spawn Rotation and hit the Enter key. Double-click on the result shown below to show the Get Spawn Rotation node. Double-click on the Get Spawn Rotation node to open its graph. Copy all the nodes below by dragging the left mouse over them to highlight and pressing Ctrl and C together. Open the GA_weapon rocket launcher file in the rocket launcher folder or move to its tab if it is still open. Paste under the existing nodes. Delete the unnecessary nodes. From the return value pin of the Get Camera Rotation node, press on the left mouse and drag a connection to the graph body, then release the left mouse. Search and select the Get Forward Vector node. From the return value pin of the Get Forward Vector node, drag a connection to the yellow pin of the remaining X node. In the field next to the green circle in the X node, enter 5000.0. Move the output yellow pin of the Add Pin node from the Start pin to the End pin of the line trace by Channel node. In the Line Trace by Channel node, click on the Trace Channel drop-down and select Visibility. From the Get Camera Location node return value pin, drag a connection to the Start pin of the Line Trace by Channel node. From the Inputs node, drag a connection from the Newprom Execute pin to the Input Execute pin of the Line Trace by Channel node. From the Output Execute pin of the Line Trace by Channel node, drag a connection to the Input Execute pin of the Outputs node. In the Line Trace by Channel node, drag a connection from the Out Hit pin and search and select the Break Hit Result node. In the Line Trace by Channel node, drag a connection from the return value pin and search and select the Select node. Scroll to the bottom of the search results to find the Select show below. Click on the drop-down to open the Break Hit Result node fully. In the Break Hit Result node, drag a connection from the Location pin search and select the Find Look at Rotation node. In the Break Hit Result node, drag a connection from the Trace End pin search and select the Find Look at Rotation node. Move the connection from the Start pin to the Target pin for both Find Look at Rotation nodes. From the Get Socket Location node at the top of the graph, drag a connection from the return value pin to the start pins of each of the newly added Find Look at Rotation nodes. From the Find Look at Rotation node connected to the Location pin of the Break Hit Results node, drag a connection from its return pin to the True pin of the Select node. From the Find Look at Rotation node connected to the Trace End pin of the Break Hit Results node, drag a connection from its return pin to the False pin of the Select node. Drag a connection from the Return Value pin of the Select node to the Direction pin of the Outputs node. Click on the Save and Compile buttons on the top left. Open the B_Rocket Launch file in the Rocket Launcher folder and open the event graph. Move the mouse to the box below and scroll the mouse wheel to zoom into the comment box Hit Event, Trigger Audio Always, Explode if Hit Enemy Pawn. Remove the Output Execute pin connection of the Event Hit node from the Input Execute pin of the Compare Teams node and move it to the Input Execute pin of the Clear and Validate Timer by Handle node as shown below. On the top left of the window, click on the Projectile Movement link. On the Details tab under the Event Graph, scroll to the Projectile section, set the projectile gravity scale to 0.0. Scroll to the Velocity section, open Velocity, and set the last field to 0.0. Click on the Save and Compile buttons on the top left. Open the Common Maps menu at the top of the main editor and select the L_Shooter Gym map. Click on one of the weapon spawners and drag while holding down the Alt key to duplicate. Select the new spawner and in the Details table to the right of the screen scroll to the Weapon Pickup section. Open Weapon Pickup if it is closed. Click on the Color Light field and click on the white color on the color ball and click the OK button. In the Details tab under the Weapon Pickup, click on the Weapon Definition dropdown and select Weapon Pickup Data_Rocket Launcher. Run the map using the Play button at the top of the window. Move your character to the new weapon spawner and test the new rocket launcher weapon.